Peace and love, everybody. It is your brother Judas Son with Put It Out There TV. Hashtag Put It Out There TV. Hashtag PIOT TV. With I think this is our first live broadcast on this page. So, when you do view this, we appreciate you rocking with us. Make sure you like, you share, and you subscribe. And if you have anything to input, we appreciate that. This particular broadcast right here is for the content creators that we call recording artists. I think a major issue that we have today in this day and age, throw on this seatbelt and get it going. I think a lot of the issue that we have in this day and age is that recording artists, those who make music in the studio, rappers, R&B singers, whatever you call yourself today, mumble rappers, all of that. What they fail to realize is that they are content creators. And by them failing to realize that they are content creators, they're also failing to realize the value of their content. So what happens is it allows them to be gotten over on by these streaming companies. And I know artists don't like to hear this type of stuff, but I really think that you should, because sometimes it can look cool because you got a certain, logo and things of this nature. And sometimes it can look real fly, and it makes you feel good that you have Apple and you got Google and you got YouTube and you got all these things on your CD covers. But at the end of the day, what happens is that you are being robbed. And at the end of the day, what happens is you find yourself selling subscriptions to these these streaming platforms and not getting a cut out of it whatsoever when you're sending people to listen to your content. This is what artists have to understand. So if you're looking at this broadcast, you should see that I did a quotation of Jay-Z. Now, Jay-Z held like a press conference slash concert when he was bringing about Tidal, when he was trying to bring publicity to Tidal, and he was trying to get people to switch over to Tidal, and his message was mainly to so-called black people, because what he was saying was true. So-called black people have an issue of not supporting their own at all. It's 100% true. They do. So-called black people have a weird sickness, a disease that causes them not to support their own. So I can see the tactic he was using. He was attaching that, we're all so-called black people, so-called African-American things. And if I'm jumping in this business, in this realm of business with these big companies that are ran by rich so-called white guys, then y'all need to be supporting me. Which in essence, he is correct. In essence, he is correct. I totally 100% agree with him. I don't mean to make anybody bad, but I agree with him. But one of the things that Jay-Z was saying, one of the things that he was really trying to dig into is that Tidal is going to be making sure that artists are paid more for their content. And, he was pointing out the weaknesses of other companies like YouTube and Google and Apple and all these things, how they do to the artists and they do to the so-called black people. He's kind of all mixing it together. He was doing marketing. I got to give it to him, tying in, emotions, getting people attached to it emotionally. Because when you get to talk about racism and so-called black people not getting their fair share in the music and the business world, it causes emotions to be riled up. And, but one thing that Jay-Z said, because he was doing it in an entertaining fashion, he was rapping, but one of the things that he said that stood out to me, which really concretes what I've been saying for the past 3 or 4 months to artists who seem to be getting offended by it, me saying this, but what he said, he told on himself and he told on the rest of the streaming platforms. And this is what he said. He said, I started out independent, right? Tidal, my own label, same difference. So what Jay-Z is telling you is what Judas Son has been telling you the whole time, is that these streaming platforms are record labels. That's what they are. They're record labels. And it's more beneficial for them to not have any contracts to you, not to have to provide you a budget for advertisement, videos, featuring, production, but still make more money off your content than you do for the simple fact that they have advertisers on the website. No website worth its salt that has that much content, they're not going to have it. It's no way that they're going to be up and there not be advertisers there. It's just no way. It's just no way whatsoever at all. It's just not. And I know this for a fact because yesterday I went to the YouTube website and I happened not to be signed in to my account where I have YouTube Premium. And so I'm logged all the way out. And as I'm looking at a video on YouTube, I'm looking at a Google AdSense ad right there on the website. Right there, right below the video, on the side of the video. So the thing is, even if the video wasn't monetized, YouTube monetized that content. Period. YouTube monetized that content. And that is what's going on with these streaming companies and artists. They have you selling subscriptions for them that you don't even get a cutout of, $10 a month, which $10 for you is 1,500 streams, which you're not getting because you don't know how to drive traffic. And then they got you making pennies on the dollar for your content while they're monetizing it. You're losing. And Jay-Z told it. See, we got to start listening. And this is the reason why people can read, but they can't comprehend. They know how to spell words. They know where the period goes, the punctuation mark, but you're not listening. Jay-Z told you. But see, Jay-Z wants to be in a position, and people can take it as wrong as they want. Jay-Z don't put any money in my pocket whatsoever. Jay-Z is putting himself in a position to do the same thing, to rob you like the streaming companies is. No matter whether he's paying you more than such and such streaming platform or whatever the case, he's put himself in the position to where he does not have to deal with you as a Rock Nation artist. He does not have to put any money into a budget for you or anything like that, and he's still gonna make more money off your content on his platform than you are on your own content on his platform. So Jay-Z in essence is no better than the rest of these streaming companies at all with what he was saying. Period. Now I know, people have this so-called black loyalty and things, and people are going to get butthurt because they're fans, which is just short for fanatic, which is a person with a mental issue, which I suggest that you look that up because that's the reason why some of you act the way that you do when we're speaking the way that we speak about these certain people, because you're fanatics and you do not realize that you have a mental issue. You should be admiring these people, not being fanatics over them. You should admire them, never be a fanatic over them. So in essence, I like to say shouts out to Jay-Z for proving me right. Shouts out to Jay-Z for proving me right.